For some more earnings, LIC Housing Finance reported stable set of earnings. Sunita Sharma, Managing Director and CEO of LIC Housing Finance, now joins us. Ms. Sharma, hi, good morning. Good to have you on the show. First word, your net interest income jumped about 22%, but profit wasn't up as much because of various factors. If you could explain that, and in future, do you think you'll be able to report profit in line with NII?
Yeah, the interest income jumped from 22% from the last quarter. But you know that this year, as per Companies Act, we had to provide for deferred tax liability. That is what DTL had to be provided. Because of that, I think the profit had to take that kind of beating, because more than 130 crores was provided for DTL. Because of that, the profit was down.
Okay.
Not down actually, not as much growth as we wanted it to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ms. Sharma, the other parameters such as your net interest margins as well as your spreads have improved on a sequential basis. How much was your reduction in cost of funds? What led to the cost of funds reducing, and how much more can we expect possibly in this quarter?
Yeah. The cost of fund reduced from the beginning of financial year to by the end of the financial year by around 50 basis points, and it was basically led by the fact that we had right at the beginning of the year decided to reduce our bank borrowings, which we reduced to the level of 16%. From around 25% we reduced to 16%, and one aspect was that, and second was that we were very careful while borrowing, that what kind of borrowing we were doing from the NCD market. Third was that the interest rates had come down. Because of that, the money available in the market was at more comfortable rates, and that led to our margins were better. Another thing, borrowing was that because of that the borrowing cost had come down by 50 basis points.
Much more can we
now
expect?
For the going forward, what is happening is that it's a falling rate scenario at the moment. So it will depend on how the interest rates pan out during the year, and accordingly we'll take a call, and accordingly only our margins or the cost of borrowing will go.
Okay.
We won't be able to predict, but we'll keep on observing. Yes.
Okay, Ms. Sharma, but what about lending rates? Do you see further cuts now that your cost of funds have been coming down, and in general we are in a lowering interest rate scenario? What kind of interest rate cuts can we expect maybe in the next 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, you're talking about the general interest rate cuts?
Indeed.
Then that is, it will depend on the general external economic environment, on the basis of which the RBI governor will take calls, and I feel he will have all the data on that basis only he'll take calls. It will depend how RBI thinks about the need for the rate interest rate.
And what about your customers? What about your customers?
Our customers, we have to take a call. Shortly we'll be taking that call about the interest rates cuts or not cuts. We'll have to take that call shortly.
And how much would you think that you could pass on?
It's like this, that we will have to look at our financials, how much margins we have today, and what is the rate, at what rate is the money available in the market, and what are the margins for the incremental, and according to that, and in a holistic manner, we'll take a view and decide.
Okay.
And that will happen shortly.
Sure, but what about the net interest margins, Ms. Sharma? Simply because it increased to around 2.47% this quarter, but Q4 is generally a seasonally strong quarter, I do understand. What's your outlook in terms of margins, maybe for the first quarter and the entire FY16? What would you manage to maintain?
As I just now said, that the margins will depend on the cost of borrowings, and the cost of borrowings will depend on the external market, what is the rate of interest, and that will depend on how the RBI takes a view on the interest rate scenario. So this time it will be difficult to, we'll try to maintain the margins, but it is a call which we have to take every day, every month, every quarter, and every time when the RBI announces its policy.
Okay. Can you break up your individual loan category as well as your developer loan category in terms of gross NPLs and in terms of credit growth as well? And what are the trends that you're noticing in both these segments?
Yeah, we have grown around 20.45% in our individual retail loan category, and we have grown at around 10% in our project loan, that is the corporate loan category. Both things we have shown, but in corporate loan category, the sanctions we have built up, we have grown at 87% as far as sanctions are concerned, which will be available for this financial year for disbursements. So in both the areas we have done well. At the moment the percentage will be that 97.5% will be our retail portfolio and 2.5% is the developer loan portfolio. We have been able to disburse around 29,000 crores in retail and 1,070 crores in corporate loan during the year.
Okay.
And NPLs also, composite NPLs have come down from 0.67 to 0.46. Whereas the retail NPLs have come down from 0.27 to 0.24.
Okay.
So actually reduction in all the NPLs, even in corporate NPLs as well as also in the retail NPLs.
Okay, but is there a risk of these NPAs going up again in the second half? Because we've seen that in the past with LIC Housing Finance. Or do you think this downward trajectory may continue?
No, downward trajectory will continue. This is what I feel, and I don't remember that any point of time it has come up. Only once in 2013-14 it happened. That was also because of some corporate NPLs had come. Otherwise, in housing finance, it is normally down only. We have been maintaining a very good asset quality. LIC Housing Finance has got zero tolerance for NPLs.
And how are recoveries in the
Our asset quality has been our greatest strength.
Yes, ma'am, and what about the Mumbai and the Chennai market in particular? We do understand that generally the NPLs for the developer loan category are concentrated there. Are you seeing better recoveries in those markets now?
You said which market?
In the Mumbai and Chennai markets.
Mumbai and Chennai market, I think we have the same averages everywhere. I can't say we have more NPLs in Chennai and more NPLs in Mumbai, no. Because our asset quality is good everywhere. You know, we are basically working in the end user segment. So in end user segment, normally the NPLs should be less because people would don't like to lose their residential unit. So for us, the NPLs everywhere are more or less the same.
Okay. All right, Ms. Sharma, we'll leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and talking to us. So that's LIC Housing Finance.